Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of UnMelanated Season 2. I'm your host, Dr. Dara, and I'm joined with my first guest and producer, Dr. Airic Hughes.
What's happening?
Good to have you, Doc.
Already?
Today we're going to talk about keeping the main thing the main thing. You know, as Black academics in an unmelanated space, in an unmelanated town, in an unmelanated state, we are in a unique position in a lot of ways. Sometimes that's, a highlight that is, good for us as we figure out what we're studying, what we're doing, how we can help people. But sometimes that highlight is sort of negative. It kind of puts you in a spotlight for other problems to come and find you. So I hope that today we can kind of work through some of those good parts of it and maybe some of those not so good parts of it as we have experienced it. So I want to kind of jump in and ask you why you feel like so many people feel like they're unqualified for leadership, and where do you think that mindset comes from historically and even socially?
I presume you talk about us when you say feel unqualified. Well, there's a lot of layers to that. I mean, one of the major layers is society tells us we're unqualified. You literally have people telling black people, you have non-black people telling black people that black people are unqualified for leadership. These are words that people feel comfortable expressing in public, in front of others, right? So there's that part. But then there's also learning curves of experience that we've traditionally been excluded from having. There's legacy and tradition that we're unable to build and accumulate and pass down knowledge to continue to build and grow. There are several factors in why particularly people coming out of our communities can feel unqualified whenever they are in a leadership position.
That's real. I mean, I know we've talked about this before, but specifically coming from a place like where I came from, Ogden, the country, I'm one of a handful of college graduates who aren't working at whatever factory or whatever plant. And when you don't have that example right in front of your face all the time, sometimes it is easy to believe that maybe I'm not qualified for something. But I'm wondering, after you get past that, right, and we get the credentials and we get everything we're supposed to have, what is it that still kind of lingers on people whenever they're asked to step up to the plate, or they see a need but they feel like they can't fill that need?
Sure, I think lack of personal direction.
Okay, say more.
When you get into them spaces, if you haven't had that experience, it's hard to know what to do. It's hard to know how to start, where to start, especially when the need is so great, it's so acute. You feel these problems and you are fortunate to be in a position to try to do something about it. And because these problems are so systemic and real, a lot of times that initial direction or that internal guidance, if it's not clear and strong, then it becomes doubt very quickly.
Yeah, on one of my favorite cartoons, Big Mouth, the doubt monster is so crazy. I love that show because the way they personify these feelings is pretty accurate. That dude would creep up on you and just ride you until you make them go away. And you mentioned that you have non-black people kind of being that doubt monster, but sometimes you have black people being that doubt monster. So I'm wondering, what would you say to somebody who might be listening to this podcast and they're like, man, I'm in school and I'm doing my best, but even the people around me in my community are not getting with the program?
That's real. I mean, especially if your goal is to help community and to make change and improve lives. You want that you want that connection to be real. You want it to be substantive. You want it to be impactful. You want people to trust you. And you want the fulfillment of whatever it is that you're trying to solve, or the issue that you're trying to, resolve or make better. And at the same time, when you decide,
Come on now.
that the decision is yours, and it doesn't require anyone else to make that same decision. What transforms doubt and pushes that doubt monster away is determination in your decision to move forward, no matter how it looks, because the determination sparks that same determination in others. When they see you willing to push through any obstacle to proceed, then that doubt transforms into belief. And there's a potential that can be seen, whereas before there was only doubt.
Right.
And so the determination comes from the self. It is self-determination that really defies obstacles, especially when it comes to making an impact.
Oh, yeah. Self-determination is so critical, in anything that you're trying to do, but especially if you're trying to help the community, right? I know that's a big general thing, but it is. In any facet of life, when you're trying to help the community, it's always going to be some obstacles in your way. It's always going to be somebody hating. It's always going to be something going on that gets in the way. But that self-determination really is key. And the fact that you pointed to the self as the power source, I think is really fascinating, because, a lot of times we can name all sorts of outside obstacles, right? We can name all these people that's against us, and we can name all these reasons why we can't or shouldn't do something. And I think that is the self working against itself. So either you're going to be determined to succeed, or you're going to be determined to fail. And that's really what I got out of that, for sure.
Do those external voices factor into your accomplishment of whatever it is that you're trying to do?
Most of the time, no.
If they don't, then what are we talking about?
Right. What are we talking about, man? We starting out hot, man. We starting out hot. So I'm wondering, we talking about, the self and kind of pulling yourself forward, pushing yourself to do the things that you think you need to do. A lot of times, if a person is saying they don't feel comfortable doing something, or they don't feel like they're the one that's supposed to be doing it, or whatever that might mean, they say it's because they don't have any experience. What to you does what does experience look like in leadership? Does it mean years? Does it mean actually doing it? Does it mean ideas and dedication? What does having experience mean when we're talking about leadership?
That's a good question. I mean, there is no one standard approach, especially when you're talking about leadership and leadership for impact, right? There are a ton of different approaches to leadership, and they all have their value. They all work in some capacity. One of the things that I've experienced is understanding where you're going. First and foremost, having a direction, having that, I guess, North Star in a sense, right? But then also understanding, if you are in a position of leadership and people are looking to you for that type of guidance, then you need to try to learn whatever it is that you can, and not even learn in a sense of traditional learning, going to school, those types of things. When you're in that position of leadership, you have to learn fast. And one of the things that helps you learn fast is having others around you with that expertise, with that experience. I mean, that's a standard progressive mentality, using experts in a sense, but the experience is really what you're trying to acquire. When you don't have the experience yourself, you bring people around with that experience and you align around that North Star, you know? And in a position of leadership, one of your primary objectives is to be able to articulate your vision, to be able to express to others where you're going and how that direction has value, even beyond yourself. You know, I'm not a proponent of trying to sell anything to anybody, but if you want anybody to follow you and help you get there, you have to be able to clearly articulate and express what it is that you see and what you need. Because, I mean, closed mouths don't get fed, right? And if I'm unclear on what you need me to do, then it's going to be hard for me to keep moving.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, man. So you said something right then. You said a lot right then. But what I want to pick on right now is this idea that you have to have a clear vision. And you have to have, what you didn't say was you have to have everything figured out. You didn't say that. You said you have to have a clear vision. And with that, you can either find the people who have the experience and the tools and the resources, or you can find out who's not, who you don't need to be working with, who you don't need to be dealing with. And I think a lot of times, because we don't believe in our vision, I think we have the vision and we know what it is, but because we feel like we're not the one, right? We're not chosen, we're not supposed to be doing whatever, then maybe we don't feel like it's the right vision or it's a good enough vision. And so we tend to let people come in and kind of push on that vision and move it around. We do a little mission drift from time to time, you know, trying to listen to people who we think have those credentials, right? They have the years, they have the followers, they have the name recognition even. But what you just said was very clear. If it's your vision, you got it. You know, you figure that out. It's not what somebody else has to say about it. It's what you feel about it. I like that, man. I really appreciate that. And in my notes for this episode, I was kind of thinking on this idea of when you do kind of sit in that space of not moving because you're scared or you don't feel like it's your time, who else are you hurting by doing that? I'm asking myself that question because that's the main thing that has gotten me. I have made it through so many other obstacles until I've gotten to the point where I had to realize my biggest hurdle is me. You know, I'm sitting here stopping myself from doing these things, and I'm thinking, oh, this is just affecting me. Maybe I won't get a publication, or maybe I won't be able to do this. But in reality, it's hurting somebody else. It's hurting the people who I might be speaking on behalf of, or I might be able to shine that light on them in a good way and get them some of those things. How you feel about that?
I mean, you gotta let your light so shine. That's what it is. Can't nobody see it until you be it. You know, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. There are no other options.
Yeah.
When you don't do it, you're dying.
Yeah.
If it's what you're here to do and you receive that clarity and you don't move, what are you doing?
What you doing? You sitting there like a shark in the water. If you're not swimming, you dying. Shark gotta keep moving. They gotta keep moving. And if you stop, that's it.
And that thing that you were doing will get done.
Yeah.
It may not get done by you, but it will get done.
Come on now.
And when you see it done,
come on now,
that's not gonna feel good either.
No, it's not. It's sure not. It sure won't feel good. And you know what? You're really touching on something right there, Producer Hughes, because not only will somebody else do it when you don't do it, sometimes people will do it and you did do it. You know, and that can also be something that is hard for people to deal with. You know, like you can be a person who has an idea and you do what you can with it and somebody else takes it And that can feel a little aggressive, right? Like that can feel like, oh my gosh, like maybe I need to back off, especially if that's a bigger entity or if that's somebody who, you know, you might look up to or you might want to work with. But, you know, I don't think that's a reason to not do stuff just because you think somebody else might take it or somebody else might do something else with it. Because like you said, when you have a vision, that's your vision. And you could do what you want with it. If they had the same vision, they gonna do what they want to do with it. And that's fine, because it's enough out here for everybody.
That's the key.
And I think a lot of times we stop ourselves because we think, oh, I'm gonna let them do that because that's theirs. It's enough out here for everybody. Anybody that want to get in on whatever it is, there's enough. And I think sometimes us as Black people, specifically the talented 10th or whatever, the those of us who feel like we have made it, we fight each other. We crabs in a bucket over the smallest things because we feel like it's not enough to go around. And it always is, but by the time you get through fighting each other, people be too tired to actually do the work that we set out to do. And I think that's another thing that kind of keeps people in the background because they don't want to get in the rat race. Right. And if that's the only vision they have of what it looks like to do the work, then they're not going to do it. And I think it's important for us to be aware of other or alternative ways to work together and ways to build and grow and do, because a lot of times that is the only thing that we see in this sort of space is people just going head to head. Like, if you doing it this way, I'ma put another color on it and do it like this. And that's lazy to me. And I feel like at the end of the day, it's not building community in the way that we all claim we are. It's really just kind of circling in the same bucket of mess.
You ready to talk about it?
Hey, let's get to it.
All right, so first off, I mean, there ain't no one way to do anything, and you can't stop nobody from doing anything, even if it's the thing that you do. It's a McDonald's, it's a Wendy's, it's a Burger King,
Yep.
It's a Sonic, and they are right on the same block selling the same product.
Yep.
So there's that, right?
Yep.
Do your thing if that's your thing. You know, don't even trip, do your thing.
Yep.
But then the real part of that conversation is, what is your thing?
Come on now.
What is your main thing? If your main thing is you, then it's only gonna go so far. You're gonna constantly be in that part of the rat race and competition because you only care about yourself in it and your importance. And if that's your goal, then that's the place where you will land. No matter what you're doing, no matter how good it sounds, that's where you get into mission shift. That's where you get into loss of focus. That's where you get into burnout. That's where you get into all the things that are counterproductive to the actual thing that you're supposed to be doing, right? But if your thing is actually community, as you're expressing, it's communal, it's bigger than you, it's not about me, it's about we.
Ooh,
right?
That's a foreign concept.
I mean,
that's a foreign concept to these folks.
If that's actually the main thing, then you keep the main thing, and you will always find space to do your thing because the community always needs things to be done.
Yep, for sure. Man, that's a word.
It's an old word.
Come on now.
It's an old
Come
word.
on now. Come on now. But talk about it. You done picked up the man book. Talk about it.
What task can you do?
Okay.
Set your hands to a task. If you need to lead from the front, is it about me or is it about we? If you need to lead from the front, is it about me or is it about we? Your work will inspire no matter what position you have. It's the work that inspires. It's not the position that inspires. If it's the position that inspires, it's a me thing. Real clear. It's real easy to see. If it's the work that inspires, it's a we thing. It's real easy, real clear to see, right? And it's an old conversation. This is the man who's responsible for us celebrating Black History Month, even though it's only 28 days out of the all. We celebrate Black History 24/7, 365. And because of that, we can appreciate how hard it was for us to have 28 days recognized federally. And all that is thanks to this man who started Negro History Week. And he wrote this book 100 years ago, almost now. In about 7 years, be 100 years old. And he's talking about this same stuff that Dr. Dara is talking about, leadership and how to lead and what your main thing is. He has this chapter in this book that I always talk about when people ask me about leadership. And I talk about that because he wrote this book 100 years ago, and he has this chapter titled The Need for Service Rather Than Leadership. This is an old conversation. Yeah. These are old issues that our community has been dealing with for a very long time. And a part of it's that exclusion from success, a part of it's that exclusion from opportunity. So you do get that crab in a bucket or crab in a barrel mentality. And once you understand what purpose is and what your purpose is, you no longer see any competition. You no longer see anyone around you as a threat. There is nothing that no one can do to stop you from achieving your purpose because it's your purpose. But instead, we've tended to look to be in a position of leadership, to be seen as a leader for a very long time, which is why he wrote this chapter in this book 100 years ago. I'm not going to read all of it, even though it's very succinct and you can clearly get what he's saying very quickly. I'll share the main thing with you.
Come on, Professor.
Well, Dr. Woodson says in The Need for Service versus Leadership, the selfish struggle for personal aggrandizement, which has not yet brought either faction more than appointment on the police force or a clerkship in one of the city offices, a good job. Right? Thus blocks the social and economic progress of thousands of unoffending people. This strife that you are referring to, this button heads, rat race competition, all this foolishness, right? This strife is all but endless. I'm reading. If it were a matter that developed now and then to only be forgotten by people directing their attention thereafter to more important things, it would not do much harm. But this confusion continues for years. Sometimes it grips a community for an entire generation, violating the entire lives of a people. This stuff is old. It's very old. The solution is very clear. If the Negro could abandon the idea of leadership and instead stimulate a larger number of the race to take up definite tasks and sacrifice their time and energy in doing these things, doing the things efficiently, the race might accomplish something. The race needs workers, not leaders.
Ooh-wee. The race needs workers, not leaders.
That's what the man said.
That's what the man said.
100 years ago.
Man, and we still up here.
On this same.
Why though?
Self-aggrandizement.
Man,
you want to be seen.
Good.
You want to be. You want the pat on the back. Get over yourself.
Man, that's really what it is too. Folks just can't get out the mirror. Move. Move. Go do something. Man. Okay, I'm gonna get us off topic, but we're gonna get right back on topic. So,
as you ready to talk about it?
Hey, so I've been getting a little bit more serious in the gym, right? And I'm in there thinking I'm lifting heavy, right? I'm on the Smith machine. I'm pushing it. And then sometimes I see these little bitty girls go to the stuff and load up 3-4 45s and doing the same thing. And I know for a fact, if I tried to do that, I would hurt myself. You would have to be putting money on my GoFundMe to get me some help if I did that. And I find myself for a split second thinking, dang, I'm weak. Like, I need to get big. Like, I need to get swole like them. But that mentality can't work. Because like I said, if I tried that, I would get hurt. And I think similarly, That's where we are. We sticking in this space where we trying to be like everybody else. We trying to be like somebody we see. And first of all, we don't know what they have had to go through to get there. Those girls might have been lifting weights their whole life, playing softball, volleyball, whatever. I had back surgery when I was 15. I was in the band. I ain't never lifted no weights in my life. So it don't make no sense for me to be trying to do what they doing just off the strength of me seeing them put 3 or 4 45s on the bar. Similarly, what are we doing trying to be like somebody else and not, like you said, the service part of them, not the things that they do. We trying to look like them. We trying to get the things that they have. For what? You don't even know what they had to do to get that. You don't even know what they going through right now. You don't even know if they really got that.
Can we go a little further?
Come on.
When you know who you are,
you
ain't tripping on nobody else.
We can stop right now. Because that's a fact.
There ain't no left and right. There ain't no, and it's so easy too. It's so in your face now. That's how society operates. And when you know who you are and you doing your thing, how much time do you even have to look?
Man, because you spending all your time looking this way, that way. You driving like my nana. My nana love to drive down the road and say, oh, look over there. You see this? You see that? No, when you worried about what you got going on,
A to B.
Hey, because that's all I got time for. I need the shortest distance.
You know how hard it is to get from A to B?
Man.
Being black.
Come on now, A to black. Man. But, and that's the crazy thing to me. It be black people. It's black people.
Doing these things efficiently.
Ooh, come on, efficiently. Come on now.
A to B.
A to B. And guess what? A to B don't mean I'm going to step on everybody on my way there. That mean if you come and come on, and if you not, get out the way. Move. That's all that mean to me. I think sometimes people hear that and they think, oh, I got to do it myself. Because I got all these people hating on me. I got all these haters that going to be on my back. Can't nobody do it like me. Woo-de-woo. That's not at all what that means. And we really get in a bad spot when we start thinking like that. You ain't got to step on nobody. You ain't got to be better than nobody. Because like you said, when you worry about you don't only, your work is going to speak for itself. You don't have to be out here trying to make sure this person see it like this and this person see it like that. Or I got more likes than so-and-so, whatever. Who cares?
Not me.
Who did you help today? Who is this going to benefit? If you can't answer that, what are we doing?
Yeah, and that's why I start with knowing who you are, because you have to know what your purpose is. You can't know what your purpose is without knowing who you are. The purpose of this is to teach people. It's a container of information. That's what this purpose is. That's what it does. It will do this as long as it exists. That's the only thing it will do. It won't do anything else. It won't look left or right. It won't get off track. That's the purpose of this thing, right? So whatever your purpose is, when you know that, that's the only thing that matters. You're either doing that or you're not. You're doing it with other people. You're doing it by yourself. Failure is a part of the process, and even in fitness, you work to and through failure. You know, that's actually where you get the strongest.
Yeah.
That's where you learn the most. That's where you grow the fastest, is in the failure, because you learn what you need to learn and you build the confidence to keep moving forward. As long as your failure isn't final from the standpoint of you care too much about how other people may evaluate that. Because if it's your purpose, then you are the person that is evaluating the success or failure. No one else is evaluating the success or failure. And if you don't talk about what you're doing, then no one else will even have that metric to measure you by. If you just do what you do, no one will even know when you fail.
Man,
no one will know. If you're just doing what you're doing, no one will know when you fail. That's the thing that people don't understand when they have this paralysis, is that no one knows what your end goal is until you tell them. And if you're just doing what you're doing, then your end goal may be clear to see, but how close you are to that end goal, no one will know. It's totally up to you, because you haven't said anything. You're just doing what you're doing.
Yep.
And if you're talking about what you're doing, then you're not doing what you're doing.
You're not doing it. You talking. And when I tell you, it's so many people just talking. It's so many people just talking. And it look pretty, right? I can make a pretty post. I can give me some nice khaki and green, forest green theme on my stuff and make it look real cute. You know what I'm saying? I can go and shake this person's hand, get in their picture, tag them, go get in this person's picture, tag them. But what is being done? Folks is just talking. And a lot of times, so many times, people will let what other people talking about stop them from doing what they supposed to be doing. Because they say, oh, they got it. Oh, they doing this, they doing that. Whole time, they ain't even doing nothing. Because they talking. They spending too much time talking.
How would you even know if what anyone else is doing when you're doing what you're doing?
Come on now. What the Bible say, you worried about a speck in your neighbor eye. You got a plank in yours.
A whole lot going on, bro.
Hey, you got a lot going on right where you are. You need to be worried about your business.
You know what I mean?
You worry about what's going on over here. You worry about what's going on over there. Do your job, because most of the time, from what I've seen in a lot of these spaces, people don't be doing their job. Stuff is half done. Stuff is not. The main thing is not the main thing. You know, well, let me rewind. Their main thing might be their main thing.
Right.
But the community is not the main thing.
Absolutely.
Because how are you saying you for the community and the community don't know who you are? The community can't find you when they need you. But you all up on Instagram, you all up on Facebook when the time comes. But when they need some help, right, or when somebody got a question, or when somebody needs some support on something, they can't get in contact with you. Oh, they won't call me back. Oh, they show up late all the time. Oh, this, oh, that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, and it's how it works a lot of times out here with people who aren't focused on a bigger main thing than themselves. The part that I love about Dr. Woodson's commentary is it leaves room for growth, because no one is asking you to do the thing perfectly. No one expects you to do the thing perfectly. You shouldn't expect yourself to do the thing perfectly, especially when you're starting to do the thing. When you're growing, your goal is to become more efficient in the thing. The efficiency part of it is what I love the most about his commentary, is that it allows for room to grow. Even if you do the thing well, there's always room to improve how you do the thing, to be more efficient in how you help, in how you learn, and how you grow. There's always room for more efficiency. And that leaves everyone in the space of humility, because we all are growing.
Absolutely.
You're never there.
And I think that's a space that's uncomfortable for people, because they want to stop. They want to be like, whew, you know, I done made it. I'm the boss now. I'm the big dog. And that's never the case.
Okay, now what?
Now what? Right? What you gonna do? Keep knocking other folks down because you don't want them to be up here with you? Because that was the goal, was to get to number one? That's the only option I see. If that's my goal, is to be number one. Because like you said, people are always growing and getting better. And if you want to be, I guess if you want to be a leader who does the thing, that is what it is. It's encouraging other people, empowering people to grow, to go and do and try and see and be, not to watch you be number one. For what?
Right.
For what? I was talking to somebody last weekend about how we could figure out some way to organize Black political power in the state of Arkansas. And what he said to me really, it blew me for a second, but he was right. He was like, let me tell you, we have a ton of organizations in this state. I mean, we got political organizations, we got Greek organizations, we got social organizations, we got all type of organizations. But he said, if you really want to start something with fresh leadership in it, you're going to have to do a whole new organization. Like, it's going to have to be separate and set apart from anything that we already have. Because all the organizations that we do have right now are so swallowed up in this idea of merited leadership, right? Like, I've been here so long, and I was this and I was that, and now I'm 75 and I need to be the president. And I'm going to be the president until I die. And then when I die, my daughter gonna be the president. And right now, my cousin the treasurer, because I said it like that. And you see that in every part of this state. I could pick anywhere, and I could point at any organization. And that is what we would be dealing with. He was like, if you really want to put some new ideas in place, you're gonna have to start something totally different than what exists. And personally, that makes me very sad. Because what is the point of all these organizations if it's not to grow new leaders, grow people to go out and solve the problems of the community? Instead, we sitting here knocking people down because we want to stay number one. We can't even get on the same page for our own benefit because we so worried about, oh, well, I've been the president for this long and I'm gonna keep being the president and woo-de-woo.
That's cool, be the president. What y'all gonna do? What y'all do?
We gonna have
now that you president. What's your?
We gonna have our
plan?
one annual fundraising banquet, and we gonna have meetings every month where I just read the agenda.
Mr. Madam President.
And that is what we gonna do. We gonna post. We gonna go to other people's banquets and take pictures. And we gonna do a back to school backpack drive, and that's what we gonna do, because that's impacting the community. Everybody need a backpack. Everybody need a couple more likes on Facebook. So that's what we're gonna do in every single organization. Now, what I will say is, sure,
I hope not mine. I hope mine don't fit in that every single.
I mean, no, not yours. And what I was just about to say is, I'm exaggerating, right? I'm exaggerating. But a lot
we fall prey to. I mean, it's human nature, man. I mean, and that's why keeping the main thing for us is the main thing, because we understand that this is human nature. As a filmmaker and a storyteller, I tell folks all the time, the biggest issue when it comes to using the digital storytelling platforms that we have now is that you have to deal with the camera. And in the middle of the word camera is CAMERA. And when, as you said, getting out the mirror, when people just want to see themselves look good. They want to see themselves, and they want to see themselves look good. So when they can get in position to do that, that's what they most likely are going to do. And it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
Once you can get over yourself, it's bigger than that.
Now that's the challenge, though.
And it's very simple. And that's why I keep coming back to that, because it starts there.
Yeah.
What if you're in a position of leadership and you can't get over yourself? What is the organization gonna do?
Man.
What can the organization do besides be about you?
Nothing. You can't, because every decision that you make is gonna either feel like somebody going against you if they raise any flags about it, or if they don't jump on board, it's just gonna be a mess. When you really, like you said, if you would take yourself out of it, and we look at this objectively, we can identify flaws, we can make stuff better, we could go farther than we ever could by ourselves. But because people want to look good by themselves.
Watch this one. In the organization with Mr. Madam President, those people who are in that organization, if all of those people had definite tasks that they all did, what would that organization be able to do?
Child.
Anything
they wanted.
Whatever the people in the organization that have those definite skills and tasks, whatever they do, that's what the organization can do.
That's what you will be doing.
If you have that type of focus at the leadership level. Exactly. There's nothing that my organization can do simply through me. There's nothing that my organization can do simply through me. There's no space we can make. There's no community we can build. There's nothing that visionary can do simply through me. This is a we thing, and that's the purpose. It can do nothing else. That the same way this can do nothing else than be a container of information to help people learn. That's what we strive to be, because everything else is wasting your time. And that's our main thing, is Black culture preservation. And it's a requirement that we have that as a main thing. There's no way that we could fulfill our mission and purpose without keeping the main thing the main thing.
For real. For real. I talked to you before about me starting my kickball journey. A friend of mine was giving me some tips on how to actually kick the ball, because I wasn't doing good at first. And he said, you plant your foot the direction you want the ball to go. And I think that's what you just said, was you have to plant your vision, plant your mission, the direction you want to go, and then go that way. You can't get scared and freak out when the ball comes in, because then you fall down and hurt yourself. So you got to keep that foot planted and go that way, kick that way.
Commit to it.
Commit to it all the way through. Man, that's real.
That's how I go.
That's real, man. Well, dang, Dr. Hughes. Well, you have any other words you want to share with the people today on UnMelanated?
Keep the main thing the main thing. You know, it's hard enough. It's hard enough.
Man.
It's hard enough. And if you ain't focused, it doesn't get easier.
For sure. Oh, if you're not focused, it does not get easier. That's a fact. Well, brother, you done gave the people a word today.
Appreciate the invitation.
Oh, for sure. Anytime, Dr. Producer Hughes. Well, as for me, I'm so grateful to have my producer here as my very first guest. So grateful to have him. And as I always say, she who sits on the red hot stove shall surely rise. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.